Hi Scorpio, this is your horoscope for June 2017. Thank you for joining me. From the 24th of May until the 10th of June, we have Venus, the planet of love and beauty, conjuncting Uranus, which is the planet of rebellion and eccentricity. And a conjunction means that the two planets are 2 degrees apart. So they start to kind of become a mishmash. They blend their energies together. And being in Aries in your 6th house, it will mean that you want to make some changes when it comes to your working life, that you're unwilling to compromise, and that you've got to a point where you're fed up with the way certain things are in your working life, and you will tweak these things to change them. So I really see that there's the potential for irritability here at the beginning of the month for you, Scorpio. When it comes to your working life, the structures, the lack of freedom you have within your working life, and also the fact that that is impacting the way you feel about your work. That's something that you can and should address during the first 10 days of June. You do have the lucky planet Jupiter in your 12th house, giving you a lot of support when it comes to connecting with other people, especially when it comes to working with other people and asking them to cooperate to make your life easier. Okay, so the first 10 days of the month are really important for you, especially if you're not particularly happy at work, that you can make changes there. On the 5th of June, Mars, the archetypal male principle, moves into Cancer, and it stays there in that sign all month. Cancer is in your 9th house, which is about travel and expansion and growth. So you're really not going to want to travel or expand or take on anything new. I think you want to maintain the status quo and just kind of fix what you've already got. You don't want to add a whole new stuff and complicate things even more. You want to perfect your daily routine as it is now with what you're working with. This applies if you're employed. It also applies if you're retired. If you're retired and your daily routine is not fulfilling you anymore, if you're bored, if you're taking on too much, if there's a lack of money, these first 10 days of June for retired people are also great to look at what other options are out there, what else you can do. There are things you can tweak about the things you're already doing, so that you can be happier with the day-to-day experience. That's what this is about, and you're being blessed and you're being given an opportunity to make those changes. On the 6th of June, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, moves into Taurus, and it also stays in Taurus all month. So this is wonderful news for you, because Venus, the planet of love and beauty, moves into your 7th house of relationships, and in Taurus it is very sensual, it's very physical. So it looks like love is in the air for you. You also have Mercury in Taurus in that 7th house. So it's very, very likely that you will be communicating, flirting with someone in your life face to face, and that you get to have a little bit of fun with that. It's not just a fling though and something meaningless. You have Neptune and Chiron sitting in your 5th house of relationships, Scorpio. So what you're able to do here, if you're single, by putting yourself out there, communicating, flirting, putting dating back on your to-do list, you're really able to achieve your hopes and dreams when it comes to your relationship aspirations, and you're even able to heal past wounds of relationships that have not worked. So that is really good news, and Venus sits in your 7th house of relationships all month long. So you're going to feel very sensual, and you will feel that you also have a lot of air in your chart at this time. So you're feeling sensual, but you're also thinking very clearly. You come across very well, you're charming, you're articulate. So for any single Scorpios, please, 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 this is the month for you to date, because it really looks good for you. If you're in a relationship already, that relationship is going to really become even deeper and stronger this month. It's going to be wonderful. There'll be more physical connection. Venus in Taurus is really at her most sensual, and really the physical lovemaking is important to her. So with that in your 7th house, that's going to take on a more important role here for you in June. On the 7th of June, going through until the 21st of June, Mercury, the communication planet, moves into Gemini, and that's in your 8th house. So when it comes to your work, that is absolutely perfectly placed. Mercury in Gemini communicates effectively. It's conjunct to your midheaven in Gemini, and your Sun is in Gemini in your 8th house. Your work, you do very, very well in your work. You have really the potential. Not even the potential. If you're doing work, Scorpio, at this time of your life in June, you will be doing an excellent job for your employer. And I think you know that, and that is why there's a little bit of frustration here at the beginning of the month, because maybe you're not being recognized for what you're contributing. You're being exploited. Does something need to change? Do you need to make a lateral move? Move to another company. But really, you have the ability to make the best contribution to your work that you can make. You're really at the peak of your powers when it comes to your intellect. And again, that applies to anyone who's retired and who's working at things. You're really, really very strong and really able to communicate this month. Gemini is about getting what's in here out, expressing it. So that 2-week period is really, really good for you to express and to do great, fabulous work. Maybe wait after these 2 weeks to approach again and say, maybe, look at what I've done now. I'd like a promotion, please. I'd like a raise. Because the 7th to the 21st is going to be exceptional. If you've got proof that you've done something exceptional, then the boss obviously is much more likely to give you that raise after seeing all the good stuff you've done. On the 9th, the full moon occurs in Sagittarius. I'm going to make separate videos on the full moon and new moon. I do that every month because they are complex and I go into a lot of detail. But in your case, Scorpio, the full moon happens in your 2nd house of money and belongings in Sagittarius. Saturn and Black Moon Lilith are sitting around the full moon, so it may feel like financially you're not where you want to be. You feel like you're not getting enough. You feel like you do a good job, you're frustrated, and that's why I'm saying there needs to be a tweak, because the opportunities are out there for you, and I really feel that you aren't being, what's the word? Financially compensated for what you're giving. I don't think it's balanced. You're giving this much and you're getting that much. So this is really a time to make changes here, to tweak, especially around the full moon. You're going to feel this very strongly, the frustration. The 8th, the 9th, the 10th of June, you will feel these feelings very strongly. On the 16th of June, going through until the 22nd of November, Neptune goes retrograde. Neptune is the planet of dreams, aspirations, and manifestation, and it's very happily placed in your 5th house of romantic relationships in Pisces. So you really need to be careful about what you're thinking about relationships, because you have manifestation sitting right there. So if you think positively, about relationships, you will start to receive guidance, which, if you implement that guidance, will lead you to a relationship. If you're in a relationship already, you will be very receptive and intuitive of what's going on with your partner. You will be very interested in making them happy, and there'll be a lot of connection, sensuality, all of those things are going on. Okay, so Neptune is a rather passive planet because it's about receiving information. When it goes retrograde, it seems to be going backwards, so it's even more passive. So if anything, Neptune is the one planet that when it goes retrograde, it becomes even more powerful. And you become even more guided when it comes to your relationships. On the 16th, the moon is sitting right on top of that Neptune. Chiron is also sitting there. I mentioned that before. This is the month when you can really heal the emotional pain and replace it with something wonderful and loving and fabulous. So if you're single and you've been hurt in the past, like most of us have, draw a line under it and try again. You can get hurt again, but it's very unlikely that you'll get hurt again in June. And why quit now? You know, if you've dated and you've had lots of negative experiences, why quit before the miracle happened? And June really looks excellent for you guys, Scorpio, when it comes to your love life. On the 16th as well, Mars begins to trine Neptune, and Mars is in your 9th. So again, it's not about wanting to travel or to grow, it's about tweaking what already is. So Mars will connect with that Neptune and will add negativity to it, saying, I'm lonely, I'm not having sex, my needs aren't being met, I'm fed up. Replace those negative thoughts, because remember, Neptune will manifest negativity just as it will manifest positivity. Replace those thoughts with positive affirmations. I love myself, therefore someone else will love me. I'm lovable and loved. I have a lot of love to give. Replace negative thinking with these positive affirmations, because that Neptune placement is really, really strict with what it will manifest, and it will manifest whatever you're thinking. So make sure you're thinking good things. On the 21st of June, going through until the 6th of July, we have Mercury, the communication planet, moving into Cancer in your 9th house. And again, the feelings are there. You feel very strongly that something must change, something should be transformed, and you're totally in touch with yourself. You know your own mind, and it's important that you take action. There's absolutely, the strongest element on this day is Earth. You can trust your feelings, you can trust your thoughts, you can make changes. You do not need to wait, Scorpio. You can do things now. That Mercury in Cancer placement lasts until the 6th of July. So make sure that you trust your feelings, listen to them all the way going into July, and take action around them. If you want to make changes, make them. 24th of June, we've got the new moon in Cancer. The new moon just heightens that whole emotional process even more. It pulls in even more Cancer energy. So you are really in touch with your feelings, and you have Uranus in your 6th, giving you the energy to act on those feelings and to tweak the practical circumstances so that you're in a much happier place. So that's what I got for you in June. I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading, and I draw up your chart. I look at your progress chart and your transits to look at your life purpose, your vocational aptitudes, what's coming up for you in future, and your love life, in finances, and to answer your questions. So if you would like to have me analyze your chart, then please do get in touch via gregoryscott.com and order the reading there. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. If you like my videos, it's so easy to click on the subscribe button, but to me it makes such a huge difference. So if you do enjoy these videos and you want to support me, then please click subscribe. I'd be ever so grateful. And I will speak to you next month for the Scorpio forecast for July. I hope you have a wonderful June, and I'll speak to you soon.